Okay, so part B, I set up the pattern. I don't know what I'm going to do exactly with the pattern yet. I'm just going to get started, but just a little heads up, like, call this small arena problems. The great thing about a small arena is it will, when you're teaching one to turn, it helps you because the rail will push them back. If they're not thinking to come back, the rail will push them back there. The bad thing about a small arena is they'll get real short on a barrel because they see that fence coming up and they don't want to go up into it, so that it tends to make them a little short on the barrel. There's already not much space between first and second in this arena, but I went ahead and pulled my barrels off the rail pretty far for first and second just because I don't like running them into the rail. So this is a very, very small pattern, and I'm just going to play on it, and we're just going to track the clover leaf, and as I feel them and get ideas, I might do some different things on it, but we're just going to get started and let him tell me what he understands and what he doesn't understand. It really, really helps them learn where to put their feet. There's lots of feet right there too. Shoulder up. Continuous pattern, I call these continuous. There's not really a beginning and an end. So now I might challenge a lope in there and then break to a trot. Oh yeah, that's that right lead. Didn't even think about that. If I really want to push the comfort zone, I'll stay in the low. I'm going to do the last word. Change. Go ahead and trot this first circle since we couldn't get our low picked up in time. like a fumbling fool. He's never done it before. Oh, we're both working hard. We're going to just walk. And digest it. So like, when I'm walking and trotting, well, the first thing it starts to develop at is the walk. Sometimes the first walkthrough looks as green as that look-through looked. And then the walk will really start to come, and he'll start staying pretty shape, nice and walk and stuff. And then the next phase is the trot. I think he's pretty correct even at a trot. He's not quite getting his feet work completely right, but he's doing pretty darn good. So this is it. Sometimes I'll walk through and I'll have my short reins and I'll be as fussy as I am when I'm pretty, but because I just pushed him out of his comfort zone, now I want to go back and just let him off the rein. So I'm pretty sloppy and loose on the rein to begin with, too, on purpose. So not really picking him up and having a nice shape and doing all my picky stuff, because right now I'm kind of just giving him a brain rest, letting him digest that low through and rest his little mind, think about what I asked. But I mean, just the fact that I'm able to direct him like I am and have a little bit of control. He's still puffing at the nostrils, so we're going to sloppy walk again. That's so often, I know he was ridden in the mountains last fall and stuff, but with these track horses, the most common thing is you can't control exactly where you're putting them because they're just not broke that way. And so the fact that I can start to control his direction and in general, his body shape, his speed control, his distance from the barrel, the fact that I can start to have control of that is progress. Now that he's had time to relax his mind and not think so hard and get a little bit of his air back, we are going to push limits again. My plan, though, is to try to keep it a little more precise than what that lope allowed me to do. I might lope to the barrel, but I'm going to try to be a little more precise with my positioning at it. Just fumbling his way through, but yeah. So for me, I know it's like a fumbly look, but he's trying. He's trying to listen. A little dramatic sometimes in his movements. But everything's getting pushed from my legs. I'm a big on my mouth too. I kiss a lot, but wanted to drop in a little soon right there and double back. And I'm more than happy to just end on that right now. I might walk him and trot him through one more time, but he was so trying to listen. And those are his very first lopes toward a barrel, around a barrel. With me, and I mean, you might have done some, but with me, they're his first. And I'm happy. I'm very happy with that. So he was trying, he's thinking and trying every step of the way. Now you just got to do repetition and build. Repetition and building blocks. He's got reverse mode going on today. I'm going to trot him real correct once, and then I'm going to walk him and let him quit. Make that shoulder stand up, and then I go on up around. Might do the same thing here. Pick him up in that counter. And then let it go up into turn. Do that one more time. I'm going to do the same thing at all three barrels. I'm going to go into the counter arc. See that? I let the horses kind of tell me what they need. So even though you can do it at first, I'm going to go up here first, take him off into the counter arc, gives him that right shape, puts the hip underneath, go up around the turn. Come over here to the left on a straight line, come up to the counter arc, puts that hip underneath, puts him in the left shape, lifts the shoulder, then let him take the turn. Come up here. Already planted, counter arc. Puts that hip under, adds the left hand shape, lifts the shoulder. Then go up, take the turn. Now I'm going to try to go trot through with singles, not in the counter arc. Now we're going to walk through and quit on that. There's some good things, some I feel a little swingy and iffy, but I also feel like it's to be expected. I'd love if he'd walk with just a little more purpose. And I think he will. I don't think he sees the purpose in any of this just yet, so. You notice, like, sometimes I have all that shape wrapped up and sometimes I have him straighter. And usually when his body's straighter, I'm working more on his feet getting in the right place. And when I have him round, I'm working more on his form. I like to do a mix of over shaping and over straight because the right spot is going to be somewhere in between. You want a little bit of shape, but you also want them standing up and coming through with their body, which is what a straighter body is going to give you more body coming. Shape might give you more float, but it gives you more pickup of the ribs. And so somewhere between too much shape and flat is where you're going to want to be. And that just depends on your horse, on where you want to be. Like, he's kind of longer bodied, so he's probably going to run with a little more roundness and shape than, say, a shorter coupled horse. Longer rib cages, longer necks usually require more shape to come around that turn. Short coupled, short rib caged horses stand up more and come more in a flatter form.